Mortgage Mark, let's talk about the option and earnest periods, option money, if you will, and earnest money that you put up. So there's a separate video about the checks, about where they need to come from and how to document it, things like that. Check it out. But let's talk about what it is. The option periods, when you buy a home, and I'm going to say an existing home. So you're buying from Joe Homeowner, and you're buying from Joe Homeowner, that option period, typically it's written for about 10 days. It can vary, it can be 7, it can be 15. But that option period is typically 10 days, we'll say, in this example, and it allows you, the potential buyer, to then inspect the property, access to the home. So whether you need to send inspectors in there to check it out, you want to bring your family members by to make sure they love it, if you want to go get contractors to give you bids and estimates for what you think things may cost, that's your period to explore the house, that 10 days in this example. The option money check, it's typically $100 to $500, maybe 100, 200, or 300, probably most common. And that goes to the sellers no matter what. So once you write that check, it's their money. If you close, you'll get credit for that money. If you don't close, that's their money to keep, and it's their inconvenience fee, if you want to think of it that way, for taking their home off the market while you got to explore your options. So during that 10-day window, the option period, if you change your mind for any reason, you can back out and say, hey, no harm, no foul. You walk away. Only thing you're out of pocket is that option money check to them. Obviously, if you spent money on inspections, things like that, you're still out of pocket that money. But the only thing you were truly obligated for is that option money. The earnest money, guys. You write that at the time of the contract getting executed, but the earnest money is the big ticket item. Typically, 1% of the sales price. So on a $400,000 home, that's $4,000. And a new construction, it can be $10,000. It can be $20,000. It can be a lot of money. The earnest money kicks in once the option period expires. So in our previous example of 10 days, on day 11, that earnest money is live. So it depends on how the contract's written, determines on whether or not you can get out and get that money back. In most instances, you'll find that a really good real estate agent or real estate professional would write it so that you have a financing clause or a financing addendum in there that says, hey, if the appraisal comes in low or something beyond your control happens, that you can get your money back within a certain period. A lot of times those financing periods are 20, 25 days. So if something happens, you lose your job, on day 12, you can get that earnest money back. So it's really important that you do pick a good realtor or you pick a good real estate professional to write those contracts to make sure you're protected. But that earnest money, it does go live. You do get credit for it at closing. So that's the good news. But realize if you don't like the brick color on day 12 and you just want to walk away, you got a problem, guys. So the option earnest money checks, write them from your accounts. Watch the video that we have explaining more about how to document those properly and when there may be an issue. And if you guys have any questions about any one of these options, as far as more details on it, call us, call your realtor. Just know that we're here to help.